Hey everybody, Aaron Blaze here, and it is Friday the 18th, you said, Dustin?
The 18th, that is correct.
Losing track, man. We're almost at Christmas.
Last Christmas,
yeah, baby.
gave you my heart.
So I hope you guys had a great week. We had a really good day last Saturday. We did our live event where I did some animation, character design of the dogs. We went over dog anatomy, and I talked about my Miss Violet, my English Bulldog designs, and then we went over and did some animation on paper, shot it, played it back, had a great time. So it was a lot of fun. We had a couple hundred folks there with us and really enjoyed it. So, and then meanwhile, we've come back into the week, and I've got this ongoing illustration job that I've been working on for the last year or so in between other projects. And so I've jumped back onto it. It's an illustration project that we're doing for... it's kind of a role-playing, choose-your-own-adventure mystery, solve a mystery kind of thing, and it's a game called Seeker. It's a book, like I said, and you to kind of make decisions and go down different pathways according to the decisions that you make. And there's a lot of really cool characters in the book and in the game itself. And so I've been illustrating the characters, the environments, that sort of thing. And so I'm going to do one today, and I'll take you through some of the illustrations that I've done so far. But before we do that, I want to mention to you guys that David Coleman has got a brand new course coming out. For those of you that don't know David, I met when we actually hired David when I was making King of the Elves to come on, and since then, I mean, before that, he was already a big name in the industry working for Cartoon Network, and came over to Disney, and he's a storyboard artist, a character designer, jack of all trades, visual development artist, and I love his animal drawings. And even though I do a lot of animals and I've got a lot of animal tutorials on my website, I really love diversity on the website as well. So we asked David to come over and create a character design course on how to do animals. But he also did it traditionally, all on paper. It's really cool. And it's going to be coming out later today, but you can still get it for half price, 50% off. If you go on over to creatureartteacher.com, you can find it there. It's a very, very cool course. Like I said, it's all done on paper. So it's very easy for those of you that aren't digitally inclined. It's going to be very easy for you to follow along because it really is just paper, pencil, markers, whatever it might be. So there's that. Also, I want to mention that my How to Paint Light course is on sale today for our 12 Days of Christmas. And so if you go on over to creatureartteacher.com, that's the sale of the day, is our How to Paint Light course. And that's all digital, but the theory behind it you can also apply to traditional painting as well.
Stay hydrated.
Well, I'm drinking coffee. Stay awake, my friend.
Stay awake. Stay awake and hydrated.
Yes. So we've got that, plus all the regular sales that are going on anyway over at the website. So we're really excited about all that. How to Paint Light is 50% off today only. So Nick's reminding me. It's 50% off. So that's a big cut. And it's been very popular. I get a lot of people asking me my approach to painting light because I have a very distinct way of doing it for me. Especially digital, but the way I think about it is pretty universal. The way I think about light, I've picked up from other artists that I've associated with over the last 40 years, and a lot of it's universal. It's color theory. It's how is color affected by this kind of light or this kind of light? How is value affected, and how do they affect each other when they're next to each other, and all these different aspects that you think about when you're painting light. And so that's on sale today, for today only, 50% off. Why don't we jump over? Oh, I've got Dustin with me today, as usual.
Hi, everybody.
Say hi, Dustin.
How's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going? Back to you.
And we've got Nick back in Sarasota. Soon to be Orlando. Nick is moving to Orlando next month.
Oh, my.
Tony Cipriano, who did our sculpting course, has moved back to New York. sold his house, and our good friend Nick Birch happened to buy it. So we're keeping it in the family, folks.
Oh boy.
Yep. So Nick Birch is moving to Orlando. Nick and family are moving to Orlando next month. We're very happy about that. But why don't we jump over to my screen, and I'll show you some of the stuff I've been doing this week. So Monday, I hadn't done any real digital painting in probably a month or two. And so I sat down and thought I would do this. I just wanted to do something that you don't see every day. And I thought a sleeping lion, but from above looking down into the grass, I thought would be kind of neat. And so I did this painting of a male lion sleeping. And what was a lot of fun was I was talking to Vedanta and my brother about this last night. And even as a 52-year-old guy that's been drawing and painting for 20, 30, 40 years, I still find my brain shifting and morphing creatively. And it was interesting to me, you know, having spent a month and a half animating, not really painting, but just animating. And when you're animating, you're really forcing yourself to think in 3 dimensions and conceive in 3 dimensions. Even though I do that, you know, when I illustrate, when you animate, you have to really force yourself to do it. To where, you know, I got back on the horse again, and it just got really natural. And so it got to where, you know, I could draw anything without much effort because my brain was just really locked into this thinking in 3 dimensions. That's what animation will do for you when you do it. That's why I always talk about diversifying your mediums, because when you jump over and, you know, jump from medium to medium, your brain will adjust and it affects everything else. And so I found it interesting when I came back over to start illustrating this week, after animating for a month and a half, the drawing for the illustrations just popped out. They literally just flowed right out, and really without much effort, which was really kind of cool. There was, you know, adjustments and things like that, but it was really that month and a half of, you know, doing literally thousands of drawings, and coming back, and then all of a sudden it just flows out. So this is one that I did very quickly. This was about a 2-hour painting, but really had a lot of fun with it. And then these are some of the paintings that I've been doing for The Seeker. So this was one that I did this week, and this is Ragnar Velazlog. This is a character we really don't know their identity. This character has never been seen before. They think that she is a dwarf, which is a different type of species, and only because of the name, and and female because of her name. I don't know that Ragnar Velazlog is a female name, but according to Mike, who's writing the book, it is. So this is one that I did this week, and then yesterday, in this world, bears have become sentient, so they're aware, and they're characters in the story, and so this character is Ululaki, and she is a restaurant owner, amazing cook, herbalist, chef, very joyful, very happy, loves to sit and gab, and so this is who I created yesterday. So we're going to be doing another. She is an Ursanaki. Ursanaki are the bear people. And I'm doing another Ursanaki today. I'm going to look up his description here, and his name is Mataki. He's an older bear, about 60 years old. He's Ursanaki, like I said. They're sentient bears. He's male, 60 years old. He's a librarian, author, historian. He's very pompous and self-important. So already I'm getting an idea of who this character is and kind of the expressions that I want to give him. Though somehow he's still charming. He's the chief librarian in practice of Bottleneck Bridge. Bottleneck Bridge is the world where this story takes place. It's a giant bridge going over this body of water. An entire city sits on it.
Is that what all that is up there? That's the description? Do you want me to...
No, it's okay. I'll just read from it.
Right.
You can stay on this right here.
Okay.
Actually, no, go ahead and jump up to that, because okay. I want them to see the reference as well.
All right.
So he's pompous, self-important, though somehow still charming. He's the chief librarian in practice of Bottleneck Bridge. He spends half of his life reading and organizing books, and the other half writing them. Though his work requires him to be sort of recluse, Mataki is more than happy to discuss his opinions and studies at length with anyone who's willing to listen. So that gives me a little bit, at least a visual, of who I'm dealing with. I also know that this world is kind of taking place in. I'm picturing it in kind of a Victorian type world, and so I'm looking up a lot of Victorian dress, Victorian architecture, that sort of thing. And so if you look over to the right, I just Googled really quick, like Victorian libraries and some Victorian dress there, just very quickly. Normally I would do a lot more research, but I only had a few minutes before we started today. And so I grabbed what I could. I think that's going to be enough to do a portrait. And then, and if I need something else along the way, I'll grab it. But this is what I usually do. I'll sit down and I'll just do probably a half day's worth of research when I'm doing these illustrations of trying to find the right reference material. And then I sit down and create my own image. And I want to show you something. I'll show you how loosely the reference gets involved. I'll show you real quick what I used yesterday for the bear right here. These are two images right here that I used for this bear illustration. So you can see, there she is. Let me do this. There she is stirring her bowl, so you can see where I got the pose from, the idea for her stirring the bowl like that, and the cutting board down in front of her. And but I mean, the lighting, the costuming, all of that is made up. But at least I go through and I go, oh, I like that pose. I'm going to use that for this illustration. Then the other one, I really liked all the food and the vegetables and the cutting board and all that in front of her, so you can see here where I got the idea or the influence for all of that. So you can see the cutting board, the onions, the fruit cut in half, all of that. But it really is just me, it's really just a starting point, and then I put my own take on it. So that's what I want to stress today. You can pull up reference, but it's really meant just to be that. Just let it be reference. You create your own imagery. Okay? And it takes time to do that. It's not always easy, and it takes time to kind of do it to where you're comfortable doing that. But once you do, you're not plagiarizing anymore. So that's good. So let's get rid of this here, and we'll get rid of that there. Let's get rid of old Sleeping Mufasa.
Sleeping Mufasa. Nice.
Oh, that's a recovered. I don't need that. That's already saved. Don't save. And let's get rid of this. Actually, I'm going to put him up here. Or her. That's all right. No, I'm going to dump her. I'm just going to dump her. This is a human character. This is what the humans look like in this story, in this game. Did that a couple months ago. And we'll say goodbye to Ululaki. Ululaki! Ululaki! Oh, and this is Garben Val Siv. And he's a dwarf. Their bodies are solid. They have no internal organs. It's like made of clay. Kind of cool. And this guy's a craftsman.
Hey, Manny just got on and says, hi, friends.
Manny!
Manny!
How you doing, buddy? Brother? From another mother? All right, so let's start drawing. Add a layer. Let's go dark. Grab my sketching brush. My Pastel C. This is Pastel C for all the people that are going to ask. What brush are you using? Using a Pastel C.
5 minutes later, what brush are you using?
So I want a pompous. He's pompous and self-important. Oh, I got to jump back over to Nick.
Nick. Birch. And for everyone watching now is question time. So if you got any questions, be sure to ask them in the chat. Because right now, I don't have any.
Let's see. It
It's gotten pretty chilly again down here in Florida.
has.
Do you have any warm-up exercises before you start drawing?
Nope. I just start drawing. That's my warm-up. I don't really just do it. As Shia LaBeouf once said,
Just do
"Just
it.
do it."
Just do it.
want a very pompous air about him. Yes. Maybe give him a little swirl of hair back here. Why not? Don't like it. I don't like it. I like the attitude. And he's about 60, so I got to give him a little bit of age. Oh, yeah. That snout looks too short. I'm going to give him a longer snout. There's something there that I kind of like, though. If I were to knock this back, this is what I do. I'll sit and scribble on it for a little while. And I got to turn my fan on. It's hot in here. Maybe a little bigger nose. I do this. Let's see. Let's move this out here. YouTube question, do you know about the black wing pencil? And what's your opinion of it? I do know about the black wing pencil. I think black wings are awesome. I like ebony's even more. But black wings are good. So if I do this instead, bring this back a little bit. Why is my eraser like that? There we go. There. Okay, now we're going to get somewhere. Now he's going to feel much more bear-like. I can give him... See here, I can give him a little thicker brow this way. Right there, there we go. And then bring that collar back. That nose, I'm going to get rid of this layer. Put a new layer on top because now that nose is going to be more like this. Oh yeah, that's much better. So yeah, sit there and you mess with your angles. There we go. YouTube question, did you watch Wolf Walkers? I surely did, and I loved it.
I still need to watch that.
I loved it. You know, Nick and I went to Cartoon Saloon last year, and I did some lectures on animal drawing and things like that, and but they showed us what they were working on with Wolf Walkers, and it was just so cool.
Mayoko says, "Howdy, Dustin, Aaron. I know you hate The Mandalorian, but the season finale was a good one."
I don't hate The Mandalorian. Actually, this season I like a lot more. It's grown on me. I never really hated it. I just felt like it because I definitely see the appeal. I just felt personally the especially first season that the story just did not advance enough for me at the pace that I wanted it to advance. That's just my own taste. But I did hear that the finale is really good. So I haven't seen it yet. So I'm gonna. It comes out. It's out today, right? I think it's out today. Make them a little chunkier. Maybe a little. Let's do this. He's a 60-year-old pompous bear. So let's bring some of this. I'm working 2 layers at the same time. Let's go a little bigger on his bottom. Oh, yeah.
Hey, Aaron. What are your tips for drawing facial expressions?
Well, keep them simple. That's my biggest tip. And when you're drawing facial expressions, you want to keep the expression simple. Let me give you an example. What's the simplest way of drawing happy? Right? That's the simplest way of drawing happy.
Yep.
So if you can get your character if you can give your character an expression that simple, let's say we have a kid right here, a cartoon kid. Let's say he's right here, and let's give him some squinty, some cheeks right here, eyes, and push the bottoms up on it for his cheeks. You give him some eyebrows, and actually we can give eyebrows here. So if you just go, keep it simple. You've got a very simple, clear attitude. And it's the same with angry and sad and scared and all of them. If you keep those expressions simple, then you've got something. You've got a clear attitude. So here, what I've done here is I've pulled down that lower jaw, the chin. I think it gives him a little bit more of a pompous look.
And that question was from Sean Smith, and Kaz Hawasa, I believe that's how it's pronounced, asked, what about Baroque? Baroque wig?
If it's not Baroque, don't fix it. What about what?
What about Baroque? I think he's asking about like why not have him wear that certain kind of wig?
Oh, yeah, I don't want to go that far with it.
Too sophistication?
Yeah, it's not that so much as there we go. I think I might pull the glasses over here. The whatever you want to call them.
Let's see what that particular kind of wig is, because I've honestly never heard of that word.
The Baroque period.
Baroque.
So let's get to the costuming. Do I want? I got to pick.
Oh, it's like the classic.
Yeah, the powdered wigs.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's more. Isn't that more 17th? Oh, no, it's 18th century. Maybe not.
I'm not entirely sure.
Not entirely sure. Sure.
Not entirely sure there, sure. Jay Price asks, hi, Aaron.
Hello.
I've been really stuck on this composition for over 2 weeks now. I'm trying to draw a jungle landscape with palm trees on the sides of the image with a mountain in the distance. Any tips on which perspective I use to create a more epic feel, as nothing I do feels right. Thanks.
Well, if you do a high point of view, then you're gonna have a little bit of sky and all ground, and you'll go from very very far distance to very right up to your feet. Or you can do a low point of view, which is lots
This
of sky,
camera.
or lots of sky. I'm still looking at this. I'm just talking.
Gotcha.
Um,
It's just you were doing all the expressions
yeah.
towards the webcam, so I thought you were making that mistake again. Sorry, continue.
So it just really depends on your point of view. I would go with a higher point of view to give more importance to the land itself.
Will there be any courses on storytelling illustrations?
Um, yeah, that's actually a great idea. We will. Oops, I just changed my brush. See that?
Change your brush on accident?
I changed my brush on accident.
Oh boy.
So here, going back to the question, I would, keep your. Another thing you can do is make it a vertical. I don't know if you have the ability to make it a vertical. If you make it a vertical and still keep your eye line about 1/3 from the top, and do all land down below, you can create a lot more landscape that way.
What's this bear's name and occupation again?
This bear's name and occupation is. Hold on 1 second. I'll give everybody a rundown again. His name is Mataki. He's an Ursanaki, which means he's a bear, a sentient bear. He's male, 60 years old. He's a librarian, author, and historian. He's pompous and self-important. Though somehow still charming, he's chief librarian in practice of Bottleneck Bridge. He spends half of his life reading and organizing books and the other half writing them. Though his work requires him to be a sort of recluse, Mataki is more than happy to discuss his opinions and studies at length with anyone who's willing to listen. So here I'm drawing him a little bit more standoffish, a little snobby.
Eleutheria Moss asks, "Hi there. The character looks already fantastic. I'm wondering how you make animal characters look older, like using the same tips as with people. Because I'm struggling with an eagle that has to look aged."
It's the same kind. It's the same types of things. You have, gravity takes over at a certain point, right? I know I'm experiencing it, and let me see if I'm getting this right. Hold on 1 second. Just let me.
Do your thing.
It's your thing.
Do what you want to do.
But but it really is. It comes down to I want him. He's still a bear, so I want him to be big. Oh, got a little crazy on that right there. Pull that in a little bit there, Aaron. Let's not go too crazy. If I were a bear and I had to hold it, I want to make sure I'm getting this all correct. No. I got the book.
Kevin Von Claveren suggests maybe some books in his hand?
Yeah, well, I've got one book in his hand right now. That's what I'm working on. But it's an open book, like he's been reading.
Correct.
A couple of books under his arm.
Or maybe some bookshelves in the background?
Oh, there's definitely going to be bookshelves in the background.
Definitely, hands down. Absolutely.
Definitely on that. I just need to. I want to get his pose first because he's first and foremost. All right. Looks under the arm. I just don't like the way he's holding it. It's just not clear. I don't like it.
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
Devon asks, are you left-handed or is the camera flipped?
I'm left-handed.
Left-handed.
So let's shrink these up, both these layers. That way I can draw to my heart's content, then we can blow it back up. Because you want a nice clear silhouette. That's rule number 1. Clear silhouette. Plus, I think by getting Gigi. There we go. By getting the book out here, by getting it out here in the in the open, and then I just got to get his hand.
Maybe make him hold the book in one hand and the other one would be behind his back?
Well, I kind of want to have this arm holding it, but that's actually not a bad idea. Let's try that. I like that idea too. Let's try that. Explore. Let's explore.
Grace Balvin.
That's not bad. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I like that. Shows more sophistication.
And I can spread his claws out so that you could buy that he'd be able to hold it. Because he doesn't have a thumb. He's a bear. It does give him a nice air of pompousness, right?
Mm-hmm. Here we have a bear with such sophisticated posture.
That was a good what's his name? Oh, come on, David Attenborough. Sir David Attenborough. You have a bear with such sophisticated posture.
Hand behind back as he reads, with a book in his other hand.
What do you think about the head? Is his head too small? Have I gotten the body too big now?
I don't know, because the richer folks did tend to be a bit on the larger side because they would eat so well, and so maybe having a larger body than a head.
Yeah, but he just seems a little too small. Let's just go a little bigger with it.
Just a little bit. It can maybe round out the belly just a tad more.
Yeah. Now that I've
like bigger head and rounder body.
Yeah. Yeah, that feels better. Now let's get down into here. Whoops. There we go.
Grace Bobbin says, "Hi, Aaron.
Hello.
I'm excited to catch you live. I was finally able to purchase some of your brush packs because my art program now allows me to install Photoshop brushes.
Yeah.
How would you use the fur brushes on the character like this? Is it better to paint the fur by hand?"
It depends on how you're using them. So I've done it where I paint the fur by hand and accent the painting with my fur brushes, which I think is probably the best way to do it. You know, just accenting. YouTube question, Aaron, who would win in a fight, a gorilla or a bear? Wow,
that's a toughie.
That's a toughie. I don't know. That's a tough one.
I mean, a bear has the claws and the teeth, but and also the mask. But a gorilla has the strength.
Well, so does a bear, though.
Well,
that's the thing.
Yeah, but doesn't a gorilla have more muscle power than a bear does in certain ways?
No, not necessarily.
Huh. Might depend on the bear then. I just finished watching the Disney unapproved documentary, The Sweatbox. Just want to tell you how much respect I have for you for creating Brother Bear. What an accomplishment.
Thank you. It was. It was a labor of love.
Perhaps a little pocket watch in his jacket, suggested by Kevin Claver.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Also, Shelley also
recommends. How does the pocket watch go? Does it hang down? I can't remember. I got to look that up. I do like the pocket watch. Let's do this. Twitch question. Hi, Aaron. What is the difference between critiquing your work and being critical of it? I'm always being told to stop being so hard on what I make, but doesn't observing what went wrong help you grow? Absolutely. You know, it does get detrimental if you're getting down on yourself too much, but no, if you're just critiquing yourself, go critique away. That's how we get better.
But what's the difference between critiquing and being critical?
Well, critiquing is, I guess, they're both the same thing. You're being critical when you critique something. You're being critical of it. So they're both one and the same. Pocket watch wearing. Okay, so it is just a chain.
Last year for Christmas, you made a rhino reindeer. What will you do this year?
I don't know.
That is a good question.
I'm not sure. Okay, so it's attached to the button on his jacket. I see. Oh, I see.
Oh, I see. Anthony Burton says, I know he was a dog, but this illustration reminds me of Dilbert from Treasure Planet.
There we go. So there's his pocket watch. It does, and I'm trying to get away from that. I want this to feel like a bear. Part of it, I think, is his neck. I got to get that neck out there. Maybe it's the ears too. Maybe I can't put those ears back like that. Feels like a mouse.
I wonder if you should have the brows in a certain way, like you know how a lot of times a person would like raise one eyebrow when like
yes,
seeing something slightly off.
Yes.
And just make him like look over to the side, just very like, what are you doing here? Something like that. Banner says pocket watch goes in waistcoat chains, forms a W across the belly.
Got it.
Let's see it here. Pocket watch. Pocket watch. Oh yes,
Go a little bigger on the nose.
Yeah, so it seems that usually the button, the pocket watch, would be attached to a button,
yes,
and would go into a pocket. So
I just did that.
So something like this. It's a more sophisticated pocket watch.
Oh, I see. So it makes a W like that. Okay,
Yeah.
got it. I just did 1/2 of that.
Yeah, that's like a more common something like this in a way.
Yes, that's what I just did.
Yeah, that's a more standard pocket watch. More standard, more ritzy pocket watch.
jump over. Have you ever animated wolves, Aaron? I have.
Mary Whitney says, "Hi, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going,
What Cintiq is that? Also, I'm studying under one of your old colleagues, Mike Jones. I don't think you ever worked directly with each other, but you were both on Lion King."
Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't remember Mike Jones.
Yeah, what Cintiq is that?
Oh, this is a Wacom. Thank you, Dustin. This is a Wacom 32
32-inch Pro, correct?
Pro. Yep.
Austin Henning asks, "Is it easier for you as a left-hander to draw animals facing towards the right? I'm right-handed and have trouble drawing animals if they aren't facing left."
No, I don't really have. It doesn't matter to me which way they face.
But did you ever have that problem early on?
You know what? I never noticed that. I don't know.
Are you going to be doing any other live streams before Christmas?
Yes. I'm glad you brought that up. Perfect. Perfect segue. Next, this coming Wednesday of next week, we are going to have David Coleman on for our live stream. We're doing the live stream on Wednesday instead of Friday, seeing as Christmas is on Friday. We won't be streaming on Christmas Day. So that leaves us for Wednesday because we don't want to do Christmas Eve either. So David Coleman is going to be with us, and we'll be promoting his new course on animal character design, and we're very, very excited about it. And he was going to be with us today, but he had a meeting with John Lasseter.
John Lasseter.
Yes, he's pitching some storyboards to John Lasseter for their movie that they're working on at Skydance, and so we decided to move it to Wednesday. The guy is doing some serious work in the industry. One of the reasons I like having him on as part of the team, because he's actually a working professional. Yeah, that feels okay.
Question on the previous self-criticism subject.
Yes.
How can self-criticism be constructive, and how can that be destructive to the artist's development?
I think when you start comparing yourself and getting down on yourself because you're not as good in your mind as somebody else that you keep comparing yourself to, that's very unhealthy. You should be your own gauge of advancement and success, and just compare yourself against you. Compare yourself against where you were a month ago, a year ago, 5 years ago, and make gains in that way. You can be inspired by other people, which is I am every day. But when you start comparing yourself to other people and other artists, it can, oops, doggone it. It can get really unhealthy really fast. There we go. All right. All righty then.
Vivi's asking, how is Snow Bear doing?
Well, as good as it can at this point. It's actually not doing too bad. We've got some things in the works that we're trying to get rolling, and we definitely want 2021 to be our year of Snow Bear.
Doug Brown says, comparison is the thief of joy. Good evening, gentlemen.
Yes, good evening. That's a great saying. It's absolutely true. Doggone it. Pay attention, Aaron.
Journey. We are all like questions.
For an animation portfolio, how cleaned up the reel should be? Super sharp lines, colors included, light and shadows, or simply cleaned up colorless animation is good. Thanks. Well, it depends on what you're putting a portfolio in for. If it's finished, if what you're being looked at is for finished type work, then it's got to be finished, right? But if it's just animation, let's say 2D animation, then yeah, you don't necessarily need to have it all cleaned up in color.
When you're drawing standing animal characters, do you use human gestures?
Depends on what it is that I'm doing. That is one screwy looking paw.
Having some difficulty, are you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
There we go. A little better.
There's a little bit.
It's a better chatter. You know what we watched last night? Big Trouble.
Was that the
We're arriving, but we wanted to part.
God, I haven't watched that movie in years.
I love that movie so much. So much.
Looks like a garbage disposal.
Looks like a garbage disposal.
What is more beneficial for an animator, to work in a studio or alone? Don't you struggle a bit with motivation?
No, I don't struggle with motivation at all. I love working alone, but if you do, then maybe working at a studio is best for you. I have no problem. I love drawing. I love painting. I love doing all of that. So I've never really had a problem with motivation. Here, I gotta get this fixed.
When working on Aladdin, did you hear any of the unused lines the genie did? Apparently, Robin Williams recorded several hours of celebrity impressions.
Oh yeah, he did all kinds of stuff. Oh yeah, we heard a lot of it.
Do you remember any of the favorite ones that were?
No, I mean, this is 1991.
That's true.
I don't remember that much of it. I mean, they used the best in the movie, so that's why
Do you ever get carpal tunnel?
Nope. I don't.
Is it because you use a shoulder?
Yeah, I just kind of draw from the shoulder, baby.
Draw from the shoulder.
Yeah, I don't really get carpal tunnel. Oh, why does that look funky to me? Because of all the wonderful things he does.
What's the best way to train your drawing?
Your dragon? What?
Your dragon? How do you train your dragon? What's the best way to train your drawing? Like, do you do any gesture drawing, warm ups, etc.? Like,
no, I just start drawing.
You just practice by drawing?
Yeah, I just draw.
That's your drawing, dearie.
I'm just wondering if I can push this a little bit.
Do you have any tricks and tips on to draw naturally good straight lines or circles? I struggle a lot.
I've never had an instance where I rarely have an instance where I have to draw perfect lines around circles, and if I do, I get a quarter or something I can trace.
Cheater.
I'm all about cheating.
Gets the job done, right?
Yep, whatever gets the job done. How would you say is the fastest way to improve at art? There is no fast way of improving on art, so get that out of your head, pal.
You need to find a genie.
Yeah, you need to find a genie. There is no fast way. You just got to sit and do it, and over time, your repetition will improve it. As a bear lover, what are your thoughts on the Disney movie The Country Bears? I think it's very underrated. I've never seen it, to be honest with you. Ursanaki. I feel like I want to try something real quick.
Robert Andrew McIntyre. I hope I pronounced that properly. Will he be coming over to Scotland in the near future? Also, I'm going to be trying to do the how to draw big cats. Your videos look really easy to follow, and you explain things very well.
We're not going to be. We don't have any plans on Scotland in the near future, but we will be going to Scotland at some point. So here, I'm just trying to see if.
Do you find it difficult to draw, or what gets you out of your comfort zone?
Anything mechanical, architecture, and mechanical. I'm not comfortable doing. I struggle with. That feels. I turn these on, turn that off. See, that feels nice and pushed. I feel like I want to punch this guy right in the head. Let's see here. Hello? Let's see here. Making more adjustments. You can hear me breathing too. I just heard myself breathing. A mouth breather. Aaron, what's your take on making artworks that are presentable on no budget? LOL. You think you can still make nice looking artworks with cheap art supplies? Absolutely. I did a painting with coffee one time to prove that point, actually. You can. You absolutely can. Absolutely. He's going to go a bit bigger with his. Lower jaw. I want to push that. Push.
Push.
Push, push, and the George Bush.
What?
Push, push, and the George Bush.
Any Disney film in particular that you would like to watch as a live action?
No. Brother Bear. I'd love to see Brother Bear as a live action. I think it'd make a better movie. No, I'm kidding. I don't want to see any.
I don't want to see any.
I don't want to.
I don't want to.
That feels a little better, eh?
He's quite nice.
Yeah, let's clear up this costuming a little bit. I'm getting a little scribbly.
So he wrote, not going to Scotland? Then how is Dustin supposed to be trapped in the lift with voice recognition technology?
Okay. You found a way to do it, didn't you?
Yes, he did. You really want that to end, don't you?
I kind of do.
Yeah, kind of do, alright? Keep it down here.
Peter,
Hey, Peter.
I'm done.
Hey, Peter, you know how to use this voice recognition thing?
Let's pull that jaw out here.
Oh, Erica Bay is here.
Hey, Erica Bay.
And Erica's asking, when you get to the color, are you going to add gray to make him even more distinguished?
Yes. Lemonade.
Lemonade.
That cool, refreshing drink.
That cool, refreshing drink. Oh.
All right, so let's clean this up. Let's resize it. Down here. Bring them down here.
Bring them down here.
Right on. What do you think, Nick?
He needs a Scott flat hat like a Edinburgh professor, maybe.
No.
No?
No.
No. Is this TV paint?
No, it's just Photoshop. Should I? Nick's digging it. Good. All right. Want to make sure. It's a bit cartoony, but once we render it, we can pull it back into the real world realm a little bit more. There's always a bit of caricature and push to this.
What's your thoughts on Over the Moon?
I loved Over the Moon. I'm glad Glenn got to finally get a movie done, direct a movie. I'm super happy for him. I really love that movie.
What advice would you give for starting a business that's art related?
Stick with it and learn business, understand business. Know you're going to take some losses. Know your audience. Be prepared. Be prepared. You're not gonna make a profit right away. It might take years to make a profit. But stick with it. Have a backup plan. Have money in reserve. That's what when I started my business, I wasn't able to make a living off of it right away. So I had to have, money in reserve in the bank that I spent years saving up so that I could start my own business. These are all things you got to think about as you go into it. Or win the lottery. That's the other option.
Let me ask, vote what joke has to be eternally banned from Creature Art Teacher? The lift with voice recognition technology, or did Aaron like working with Walt? Which one has to be permanently banned?
How about we don't have to ban anything. We just kind of have tasteful, know when to use it. Know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. There. What song was that, Dustin? You don't remember because you're too young.
Not play.
As is half the audience listening.
What was it again?
You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. You got to know
I've heard
when
of
to
some...
hold up, know when to fold up, know when to walk away, know when to run.
I know I've heard that.
Come on, it's The Gambler by Kenny Rogers.
Well, crap.
Made famous, I think, in 1980.
Well, that explains it.
I love that song when it was out. I was just a kid. I think it was out about the same time as The Devil Went Down to Georgia. He was looking for his soul to steal.
Now that one
he was
I
in a
know.
bind. He was way behind. He was looking to make a deal.
The only lines I really memorize is "Devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal," and that's it.
He was in a bind. He was way behind. He was willing to make a deal. And he came upon this young man's son on a fiddle and playing a hat. The devil jumped up on the hickory stump and said, "Boy, let me tell you what.
Let me tell you what.
Bet you didn't know it, but I'm a fiddle player too. And if you cared to take a dare, I'll make a bet with you. Now, you play a pretty good fiddle, boy, but give the devil this due. I bet a fiddle in gold against your soul to think I'm better than you."
You ever see the video of the guy having his washer run in the laundry room, and he's like, "All right, now let's do it." Playing his guitar, singing that very song.
It's funny. I had that on 45. I played that over and over when I was a kid on my little record player.
Oliver Flash says, "Bro, Aaron's a good singer." He is.
That's funny.
We love
Y'all
singing
make
in
me
this
laugh.
house. We love singing in this house, especially Margaritaville.
Oh yeah,
Jimmy Buffett. What's your opinion about James Baxter's work?
I think James Baxter is probably him and Sergio Pablos. I'm going to say Sergio Pablos, James Baxter, Glenn Keane, probably Eric Goldberg. Those are the ones I know, and I'm sure there's others out there. And I think James Baxter I'd put at the top of the list as the best 2D animator alive in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am so flabbergasted by James Baxter's work. I always have been ever since we worked together at Disney. I look at his animation and it blows me away.
And then you actually just answered the second part of that question. If you two ever worked together?
Yeah, we worked together on Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King. Beauty and the Beast and Lion King, I think, are the two that we worked together on.
Hi, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going, E?
How's it going, dearie? Which one is your favorite animal to animate?
Big cats. I love big cats. But I'm loving animating the dogs right now, too. I'm really enjoying that. Twitch question, is there a piece or character you've made for Disney that you wish you kept for yourself? What's your most frustrating NDA moment you've ever had? You know what? I've never had that because you know what? There's an infinite number of characters in my head that I could sit and create until the day I die. So I don't really regret anything like that. I do wish that I had some rights to the elf characters that I created for King of the Elves, but I mean, I could continue to do stuff like that without any problem. Did you work on the canceled Roger Rabbit short A Hair in My Soup? I certainly did. I did some test animation of the frog. We were going to have a frog that was trying to escape from the restaurant because he was going to have to give up his legs for frog legs. It was terrible. Matter of fact, I have a good story. I was actually animating, doing a test shot, working on the frog one day when all of a sudden someone came up behind me as I was animating and said, "Aaron, it's time to go to lunch." And it was Robin Williams.
I always love that story.
Yep. If an animal is wearing clothes but it has fur underneath, wouldn't that make the animal uncomfortable or sweaty? Think about it. Absolutely. I totally agree. But it's not as fun. Well, I finally got the drawing done. Jeez. Okay, so we got that. Let's go underneath, and I'm just going to scribble out kind of a library scene. I'm going to push it out of focus.
Ryan Davis said, "Aaron, I've always loved and respected your art, but I'm just gaining additional respect for your musical taste. Right on." Right on, brother.
Right on, right on.
Right on, right on.
So I'll have him standing in front of a bookcase. Yeah, that'll be nice and simple. No, no, there we go. There. Twitch comment here. The other day I saw the Wolfwalkers movie and I saw your name in the credits. What an absolute masterpiece, which I really hope it gets the Oscar, as Cartoon Saloon has been deserving it since Song of the Sea. I really love your videos and streams. I had no idea my name was in the credits.
What? Your name was in the credits?
Yeah, I had no idea.
For Wolfwalkers?
I'm going to have to go look at that. Nick, did you know that?
Maybe it's under like a special thanks or something?
Yeah, probably. I know I gave some lectures and stuff. I didn't realize I was in the credits.
Holy moly.
Wow. YouTube comment. Byron Howard's still my favorite director and animator. Yeah, you know, Byron is pretty doggone amazing. Byron and I worked together for years at Disney, and I was always amazed at every little scribble that artist made. Byron is one of the best animators. He's just one of the nicest guys you'll ever meet, first of all. But he's just an absolutely stunningly talented natural animator. We were talking about him actually last night, and I was always impressed about how we were talking about, my brother and I were talking about how we would get shots approved and everything. We are just making, as I was sitting having some drinks around the fire, and we were talking about, you know, how we would do scribble tests. You know, you get together with, you know, before you show when you get scenes approved by a director, you want to, you know, you do scribble tests first just to get the rough animation out, and the director can get a sense of what it is you're going to be doing, and then they can approve it. And Byron would go away, in a matter of a couple of hours, he could scribble out an entire shot, and that might be, you know, 10 seconds long. It might be a 10-second shot, and he could scribble it out in a couple of hours, and it literally would just be scribbles. But when the animation played, you could see everything. You could see everything was going to be, the timing, the emotion, the expressions, everything. And it was just, he was a master. It is a master at that. And we would approve it right there on the spot. And then, you know, he would take a couple days to actually draw it out. But he was able to just scribble these out, and he was just always amazing like that. Yeah, Byron's one of my favorite animators. I forgot him when unfortunately I forgot him when I was mentioning my list. I'm gonna make him a little grayer. And let's turn that off, the transfer. YouTube comment. It's Uncle Phil from the Fresh Prince as a bear. You know what? It's funny. He actually came in and auditioned for Brother Bear for the part of Grizz. I met him. He came in and auditioned, and he was very cool. He wasn't quite right for the part. We gave it to Michael Clark Duncan instead. But Uncle Phil was there.
Because he's a writer, maybe a quill feather pen somewhere?
Hey, paperback writer.
Writer.
That's a good idea. All right, so I'm just putting down a base layer right now of color, and then and I'll lock it in, and then I'll start adding variations within the color.
Hi. Do you think the characters have to have good silhouettes to be appealing?
Well, I think the posing has to have good silhouette in order to be appealing. Yes. And it's not so much for appeal, but it's for clarity. But the clearer it is, the more appealing it will be. So yes, absolutely, sir. So I'm going to lock that so that I won't go outside the lines, and we're going to add some variations in here. Let's see here. So, did you know that as a bear ages, its claws get whiter? So when you see an old bear, like at the fishing at the salmon run, and you see them with white claws or light claws, that's an old bear. Not a lot of people know that.
Not a lot of people know that. No. No, sir, they don't know.
It's so weird.
You're weird.
You're weird.
You're weird.
You're weirder.
You're even weirder.
Let's get gray.
He's a bit grey because he's a bit older. Have you met Milt Call before?
No, Milt Call died in 1987. Or 86. Was it 86 he died? I was in high school. I was a senior in high school then. Really had no aspirations for animation at that point. It wasn't until later, when I was in college, that I decided I wanted to do animation. What do you think about a little gray streak along the side?
Yeah.
The gray beard. What do you think? You like that?
A little bit.
Maybe? Yes, no, maybe?
Maybe. Perhaps.
Perhaps?
Perhaps.
Perhaps?
Perhaps.
Perhaps?
Perhaps.
Oh. So weird.
This stream is getting so weird. What's going on?
Perhaps?
Perhaps. Did I already ask the silhouettes question?
Yes.
Okay.
Keep track, pal.
I'm trying.
Let's see.
You should have a nice burgundy red jacket.
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea right there. All right, let's see. I'm going to add a little variation of color in here.
He's only 60 years old, not too old or too gray, right?
Right, exactly. I'm pushing 60. Well, I'm not 60 for another 8 years, but 7.5 years. Hey, don't rush it, Dustin.
What I am? We.
Why did I color that in? Why did I do that?
Why? Just why?
The big dummy.
As recommendation for the next stream, can you draw in the next live stream Santa Claus or maybe an elf?
Well, the next live stream is going to be, we're going to have
Wednesday.
a guest. We're going to have David Coleman. The wonderful,
David
amazing David Coleman, everybody.
Coleman, Wednesday night.
So, but I'm sure we'll throw in he and I we're going to be drawing together. So I'm sure we'll throw in something.
Did you save the file?
Not yet.
Oh, no.
Not yet. File. Save as. Nick has confirmed you are in the credits for visual development concept design for Wolfwalkers. I did like 50 drawings. I don't know that I deserve that, but I'll take it.
50.
Makaki? What's his name again? Mataki.
Makaki?
Bukaki. Don't say that. That's
no,
dirty.
don't.
Mataki.
No.
Mataki. Save. All right. Yeah, some burgundy, a nice burgundy or green. I was thinking, I like playing green against the kind of the warm browns, but I think burgundy in this case sounds right. It just sounds right.
Sounds so right.
That's a spectacular.
So it turns out, I just looked at the calendar. Turns out the New Year's Day, January 1st, is going to be on a Friday as well.
Okay.
Are we going to do a live stream on that day, or
New Year's Day?
New Year's Day?
I don't know. Probably not.
Because we'll probably be on our days off then.
Yes.
Still. Because we're going on a holiday. Right? Or
are we?
Am I jumping the gun here?
Are we doing a holiday?
I don't know.
Are we doing a holiday, boy?
Do we have the holiday off?
Oh yeah, you definitely have the holiday off. New Year's Day, of course. You know why? Because we're gonna get down New Year's Eve, and you're gonna want to sleep in the next day. You and I, we've got a couple of things to consume.
Oh yes. Well, you more than me.
No, you're not getting out of it this year.
Oh, I think I am. We're just gonna be like, good night, everybody. How similar can characters be without violating copyright? If you learn specific style to draw, example, Aaron's Brother Bear Coda style, how much variation do you need between characters?
You got two different questions there. So the one question is, how do you do it before you're violating copyright? And the other one is, how do you distinguish between two characters? And for me, it's just within the style. You just got to make sure they're different enough. It's literally, I mean, it's a crappy answer, but it's literally make sure they're different enough in order to tell the difference. That's all. That's what it comes down to. And we really did have a hard time with that on Brother Bear, getting the bears to look different enough from one another, especially in the secondary bears. We kind of struggled with that a little bit. But as far as copyright, I don't know that you can really copyright a style unless it's something like The Simpsons. That's obviously, if you're doing something in the Simpsons style or the maybe Family Guy style or SpongeBob style. I don't know that you can really define a Disney style. I mean, look at Bluth films and Disney films. I mean, they're really kind of discernible from one another. You can't really
No.
or they're not discernible. You can't tell the difference between them. And so I wonder if you should put a little like mint, not mint, but like a kind of very light blue green as his shirt. What do you think of this? Just to play against the red of the jacket. You like that or no?
I do like that red, but that hue
Not so much.
not so much.
Well, let's do this.
Maybe a dark blue, because that is too heavy of a clash between bright and
Well, I don't
dark.
think it should be dark. I think it should be light.
Light.
Yeah, whatever it is he's wearing under his jacket, because the jacket's already pretty dark.
Well, how
So
about
let's-
like a light blue?
Let's try that. Watch this. Let's jump
Like a-
over
like a
to
red
image, adjustments, hue and saturation. Let's ride that hue.
And do you have?
Oh, that's
any-
interesting. That one right there is kind of a yellowish.
Oh, it's like a beige,
Yeah,
a beige,
purple.
purple.
So there's the blue. I kind of like that yellow a little better, I think. Right in here.
Yeah, it kind of has like that classic white shirt,
Like a beige, off-white.
a beige,
I kind of like that. A beige.
a beige.
Beige. And then let's lock that in, and we can go. Want to go dark on his little ascot?
Sure. Do you have any favorite Christmas movies? If so, what
Yes.
do you like about them?
I have two. A Wish for Wings, which not a lot of people know about.
Not even I know about that one.
Yeah, you do. It's Doonesbury. It was you watched. You remember the penguin? You always wanted the wings, and Santa came into town, and he gets stuck out on the iceberg. And
yeah.
you remember that one?
Yeah. That's what that's called.
Yeah, Wish for Wings.
Wish for Wings.
Yeah, it's Bloom County.
God, I completely forgot about that.
Maybe a little more.
But what was the other one?
Let me just see what this ascot looks like. Green like this. I like. What do you think about that for the accent? That green for his ascot, his little tie, or no?
Okay.
Maybe a little darker. Match the value of his
Jacket.
jacket.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that.
Now I created a brush yesterday to make a little pattern on the mama bear.
Oh.
Watch this. I want to show you something. Let me grab this color and we'll go just slightly darker with it. Look at this brush I made. This might not be the right. Oh, it didn't get saved.
Oh no.
What the heck, man? Why does it do that? I saved the brush. I remember actually saving it. Now it's not there. That happens to me a lot. If anybody out there knows why this happens, let me know, because this happens to me a lot and I'm not sure. I don't understand why. So I create a new brush, I save it, it ends up in my collection, and then I'll close out Photoshop, open Photoshop back up again the next day, and the brush is gone. Yeah, it's not there. So if anyone knows why that happens, let me know, and I'll change what I've been doing. But that's okay, because I'll just create a new one and I'll show you how I made it. Make this little pattern brush. So I got a little 5" by 5" document right now. I'm going to go to dark, and I'm going to do this, and I'm just going to make a little pattern. Let's do like a paisley. Somewhat of a paisley type pattern.
What was the other Christmas movie that you?
Oh,
that you like? You
I like
said
that.
Wish for Wings.
Wish for Wings and Christmas Story.
The
The ones we always watch.
Oh God, the Christmas Story, Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, Christmas Vacation.
And the third, I could have sworn there was a third one, but that was always in the air.
in the air tonight. I can
for a while,
coming
I remember
in
when
the air
Jim Carrey's
tonight.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Yeah,
that
I've never
one,
been a big fan of that one.
I kind of enjoyed that one, but not as much as like Christmas Story or Vacation. Like those were staples. Though more recently, like since last year, I've fallen in love with watching Klaus as a Christmas movie, and yeah, if any of you out there
I
has not
love
seen
Klaus.
Klaus, just get a subscription on Netflix for like a month and just watch Klaus. It's worth it. It even got nominated.
Yeah, it did.
Crazy.
I thought it was going to win. I thought it should have won.
And Martin commented on when you were saying, "Gotta have a lot of stuff to consume," saying, "Aaron is talking about the last hot chip." Run.
We did that. Did I talk about that when we did that? We did that challenge last week with my
last week?
Our nephews.
Oh
with
no.
With Chocho's kids.
Oh yeah.
Mateo and Jacob.
Oh, they did.
They did it. Oh yeah. Poor Mateo. He's 13. He took half of the chip, and Jacob took the other half. And the deal was, if they could go 5 minutes, we'd give them $100 each.
Oh wow.
And poor Mateo, he's screaming. Why did I do this? Why did I do this?
But did they make it?
Poor Joe, or Joe. I keep calling him Joe Mateo. I have a friend named Joe Mateo. What the heck is going on here? Why did that go white? Everything's what?
What?
Everything. What the heck just happened? There we go. That's weird. So Mateo made it about 2 minutes, and Jacob made it all 5 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. What am I doing? Define brush preset. Okay. So hit OK. Now I'm going to jump over here. We're going to space it out. And I'm going to go to shape dynamics, and we're going to go to angle jitter. Flip X, flip Y.
Dustin, have you ever taken photos of deers and reindeers? I think I spelled it wrongly. Sorry. Yeah, that's fine. It's not R-A-I-N. I believe it's R-E-I-N for reindeer.
Yes, it is.
But I think the closest I ever shot photographed a deer was when we were in Manchester.
What is going on?
And I think those over there were elk. Was that what those were?
What is going on with my... I did something wrong.
What are you doing?
There it goes. That was weird. So here, you see I can create this pattern. Watch. You just create, it just creates a nice little pattern on the shirt.
It is quite nice.
It is quite nice, you know. Let's open those up just a little bit more.
Yeah, the deer that we saw over at Staten Park in Manchester.
Yeah,
those were all elk.
No, those were farrow deer and red deer.
Farrow deer and wood deer.
Red deer.
Red deer.
Yep.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to save that. Create new brush. Okay. So I've saved it, and if you look, there it is. It's in the bottom. That's the saved brush. But for some reason, if I close Photoshop, it'll be gone. So now I'm going to come over here, grab this, knock that down just a touch, because I want just a faint pattern on here.
Oh, that's another Christmas movie we used to watch, Home Alone.
You know what? I don't like it like that.
I remember watching that movie all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And also, It's a Wonderful Life. That's an all-time classic.
There we go. See that? Creates a nice little pattern.
Yes, quite nice. Oh, Elf is also a fun movie.
Yeah. I like it, the elf.
Five basic, what was it? Four basic food groups: candy, candy cane, candy corn, and syrup.
That's right.
Have you seen the size of these toilets? They're ginormous.
Have you ever tried to draw with the right hand instead of the left? What difference are there in the stroke and in the drawing? I don't know. I can't draw with my right hand to save my life.
What is your favorite Procreate brush?
I don't know. I don't use Procreate enough to really... I should use it more, but I don't. I like the I do like the charcoal brush. This is taking a little extra time today. How are we doing on time? We've been at this for an hour and a half already?
Yep, it is.
Geez, and that's all I've got done? Let's go to dark, just regular dark pants on him. Put that under everything.
Under everything.
There we go. Yeah. I like that. All right. Pages. Battery. Have you ever read any Discworld books from Terry Pratchett? No, I have not. I have not.
I have not.
Okay.
Oh, okay. We.
I just I've got a drinking problem. Just poured it out of my mouth. Let's see here. 5, no. 1. Get rid of that one. Yes, we'll get rid of that one. That layer. Let's jump to the background now. Let's jump to the background now.
Jump right in the background.
Let's just jump to the background and let's see what we got here. So we'll go with a nice burgundy kind of color here. We want to make sure that we don't get too... I want everything to be dark in that background. I want him to stand out. I'm going to do my dramatic lighting on him. First thing I want to do is just color it in, then we'll do the books. We'll do the books after that. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. All right, so I'm going to blur these out anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of quickly go through. And...
Uncle Travis is on.
Hey, Uncle Travis.
Says, hey, where's David? Oh, and good morning from Seattle.
Oh, David had a story meeting, so we weren't able to do it, but we're going to do it on Wednesday. I wonder if I should do this. Put them on a separate layer.
Oh. Just got a text from FedEx. My packages have delivered to my house.
Hey, there you go.
Woohoo! I ordered my very first photo printer, so now I'm going to be able to print out my photos and my computer.
Peter.
Hey, Peter, you gotta get a computer.
Got a meter.
Hey, Peter, you got a printer? Can you make it look like the waistcoat is stretching by the buttons to enhance his girth?
Yes, I can do that.
Make it look like them buttons are suffering.
Suffering succotash.
Suffering succotash. That was terrible. Rabbit season. Have you ever illustrated a kid's book?
No, I made a coloring book, Florida wildlife coloring book, as a freelance job, in college. So 35 years ago I did this, 34 years ago, and it's still available. It's called Florida's Colorful Critters. Look it up on Amazon. You can still get it. It's terrible. I made it when I was 18 or 19 years old. But you can get it.
And Uncle Travis asked, so, can I still harass you while you draw this bear?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure.
No, I don't want to have that color. I don't want...
This guy would make a good sentient bear Scrooge. Maybe that tick should be told again with sentient bears.
Yeah.
I think that thing meant to say tail.
There, see, we got books behind them now. Now what I'm going to do there is I'm going to put this on top here. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go darker with this. Can you draw Rut and Took from Brother Bear, please? Nick says them as Christmas reindeer would be fun antlers decorated like trees. It's a great idea, except you know what? I've never drawn them. I know I directed the movie, but I've never drawn them. That was Tony Stanley and Bruce Johnson animated them, and they did a fine job too. I could try.
I guess we should say Merry Christmas, dearie. Yeah, and a Happy New Year.
Wee.
If you got the duck season, rabbit season.
So what I'm doing is I'm just pushing some darks in here. What we're going to do is we're going to knock this out of focus. Matter of fact, let me turn that off. We're going to knock this out of focus. So it's actually going to be, I'm going to put a big shadow across it. So it doesn't need to be super accurate. Twitch question. Speaking of Christmas films, what do you guys think of the old stop motion animation classics such as Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Oh, come on. You gotta love that. I grew up on that. That was made 4 years before I was born. 1964. I believe it was 64. Was it 66? I think it was 64 it was made. So when I started watching it, it was only like 6 or 7 years old. The show itself. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine these layers, this one and this one here.
This one here?
Those three, and we're going to go layer, merge layers.
Blur.
And I'm going to push it out of focus. So we're going to go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. And we're just going to push them right out of focus. There we go. You don't have to be, just going to push them right there. See, you don't have to make them perfect because they're just going to sit in the background. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put a layer on top of this. And I set it to multiply. And I'm going to grab a warm midtone. Because I want the whole thing to feel warm in there. And I'm going to create a shadow layer.
If you don't mind a young artist asking, what's it like being a professional animator? Also,
I love it. It's awesome. You get to draw cartoons all day and get paid for it.
Also, how do I deal with choosy beggars?
Choosy beggars?
Choosy beggars. Maybe like,
I don't know what that means.
Maybe somebody that's like asking for something very specific, like a commission.
I don't know. If it's something you can't deal with, then tell them. So here I put a little shadow over them, and over on this layer, I'm going to go overlay. Watch. I'm going to go a little brighter with it, and we'll make it warm, and we'll give it some light now. So now it looks like there's light hitting it in the background. We got this nice shadow happening. Feels like afternoon light coming across the library in the background.
Boom.
See, look how quickly we did that. Got a nice feel, and we'll be able to do the same thing with him. We're going to put him in nice warm light. And actually, I might put the shadow across the bottom, like there's something over on the right that's casting a shadow. But let's put him, we're going to put him in nice warm light. And I'm going to take his costuming, and I'm going to merge those all together. Oh, I forgot this layer. Oh, and his pants. YouTube question. Hi, Aaron. Did you animate any of adult Simba in The Lion King? If so, what scenes did you animate? I only animated a handful. The only one I can remember offhand is where Simba is coming up towards him and towards the end, and Mufasa is kind of begging for his life, and I think Simba says something like, "You don't deserve to live," or something like that. I animated that, but I can't remember for sure. I know I did, because I was done with Nala at that point, so I was jumping around helping out with other characters, and I know I did like all the lionesses at the end that roar. They all roar up to the sky. I animated that. A couple shots of Simba during the fight, but I can't remember. That's 30 years ago or 25 years ago or whatever the heck it was.
Lots.
A lot. I'm going to create a clipping mask, and I'll set that to multiply. You're so weird, man. You're weird, man. Why are you so weird?
I do not know.
So here, I'm thinking of the light coming off from the right up high, so there's a little bit of a shadow down in here. Definitely underneath right there. We're going to get some nice reflected light coming off of from that background. That's going to be cool.
What is the title of the book he is reading? I vote The Legend of Team Blaze.
The what?
The Legend of Team Blaze.
No, what was the question?
Oh, just what is the title of the book that the character is reading?
Oh. First of all, this goes under.
So, bruh, I look away for 5 minutes and you already have a realistic background.
It doesn't take much. That's the thing I want to point out. I want to make clear is that it doesn't take much to get a background feeling pretty good. So this jacket is kind of casting a shadow against his waistcoat, I guess it is. Now let's change up some of these, because someone had mentioned about making it feel fat. Like me, I experience these kind of button issues all the time. Now that I've lost a lot of weight and I'm starting to gain it back. I fell off my diet, but I'll be back on it. It goes this way. Oops. What am I doing? This.
Who's your favorite character in Brother Bear?
There. I should put it the other way. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Kenai. I like Grizzle too.
Grizz, what? Oh, turn to Tug.
Oh, Tug. Yeah, sorry.
Grizz was was Tug before before Coda.
Yeah. Yep. Doggone it! What's going on here?
The part that still makes me laugh is when he's talking about the chipmunks in his fish story.
Yeah.
I feel like this is Stephen Fry as a bear. He would have to be this character's voice actor for me.
Why is that so dark? Not quite liking that. I might bring that shadow up higher to get a better silhouette, you know?
Yeah.
Because we're losing that arm. I know we can put some light on it, but I can do that up top. I think I want to... Let's do that. I want to come down here. I'm just going to erase back. Let me grab a different eraser. Nope, wrong one. This one. I want to get it all the way back to here. There we go. Now I'm going to go back on here, and I'm going to grab this brush. Let's bring that light right up. Yeah, that gives us a little better silhouette. Feels a little better. Yeah, that's a little better. I was going to say the other thing I'd do is do the shadow the other way. That way the light part will be in shadow. Well, the light part will be light over dark, and the dark part will be dark over light. That's probably the better way to do that. Idiot.
Could you explain a little more on how the light works here, please? So, like,
the light is coming off from the right and behind us, off to the right, and so it's casting a bit of a shadow. Whenever there's something up there that's casting a shadow across the top. But the I'm going to turn these off. I'm going to do this again. I'm going to put a layer on top, and I'm going to come down here. I want to try. I'm going to set this to multiply. I'm going to do this. I'm going to have the shadow go the other way. Like that. Come on, catch up. So let's have the shadow go this way. There we go, like that. A little bit of a tangent there. I'm going to pull that down just a touch. Oops. Man, this thing is really jumping around weird. Now I'm going to add a layer on top of that. We're going to set that to overlay. We're going to go a little brighter with it. So now we get our sunlight feel. I like that a little better. So now, the way that's going to work now is, yeah, that's better. So now this whole side that's going to be lit will be reading light over dark, and this whole side of him that's in shadow will be reading dark over light. So we'll get a much clearer look on him. That's better.
Much better.
Much more betterer.
Much more betterer. Is much better or more.
Yep.
It's a lot much better or more.
So here I'm going to have his jacket casting a shadow coming down, like so. This part of him goes into shadow. There we go. Unfortunately, I got to go back to here and fill in some of these areas. Whoops. Let me go underneath.
Maybe a desk with a desk light or
yeah, but I don't want to. There's really not any room for that, and we can do that. It's just that it'll get a little bit cluttered.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Well, maybe you can add a light source towards the front, like as though there is a lamp coming off a desk or something, but towards the right to kind of shine his left-hand side. You know what I'm talking about?
Hold on one second. Okay, now I gotta take this. There, now I can do that. Now I gotta come back over to here. Yeah, okay, say that again, Dustin.
I was thinking of maybe adding a light source like over. You just see over here, like over on this side.
Yeah.
To kind of shine.
That's what I'm gonna do. I just haven't gotten to it yet.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of bear?
Grizzly and polar. There we go. Okay, so let's turn this back on. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a layer on top, just real quick. We're just very quickly going in and adding our highlights and whatnot. I didn't do any shadows on his head yet, but I'll get that next. What I want to do here is just kind of start to lay in that's a little bright.
How many layers do you normally have?
I'll end up with about 20 or 30 sometimes because I'm adding a layer, little layers here and there. But normally it starts out like with my base layers about 10. So I'm thinking about the light over to the right and just really hitting where I think light might catch directly. So this just gives me a rough, I'm just getting really kind of a rough look at it. Knock this back a little bit.
Do you know what your current file size is?
Oops. I don't. It's about a gig. Because one of the main reasons is because I am, this is a big image. It's 18 by 24 inches at 300 DPI.
This looks like it could be a frame from Klaus.
Well, thank you. Oh, I don't like that. That's too much. That's too much.
How do you people work on so little layers? I'm working on something right now, and I'm on layer 45.
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple and simple, with a little extra simple sprinkled on top.
Or as my teacher used to say, keep it simple, stupid.
Just straight to the point, huh?
Yeah.
My lord.
I went to school at a different time.
Mm-hmm.
They used to paddle us. Remember those? You probably never had that in your school, did you?
Nope.
You got sent to the office. That assistant principal, man, he brought out it looked like a cricket bat.
Oh, God.
It looked like a cricket bat, and it had holes drilled in it. And you had to lean over, grab the edge of the desk, and whap right in the butt.
Oof. That sounds like a fun time.
Well, if you got it, you deserved it. I'll tell you that. And that was in the late 70s, early 80s. That wasn't that long ago. I guess that is kind of long ago, but in my mind, it's not that long ago. YouTube comment, idea for the Christmas stream. You can do a Krampus drawing. Ooh, that's cool. But you would pick an animal to portray him. Something like a vulture, walrus, snake, etc. Oh, that's fun. Krampus is scary, though.
Krampus. Yes, a little on the creepy side. Just a tad.
Their costumes are so cool, though.
Oh, yeah.
How did you start sketching the Ragnar Val Oslo? Knowing you didn't just only sketch the clothes with no underlying body structure. Ragnar Val Oslo. That one, I literally just started drawing the hood. I started thinking of the body structure underneath, but I just started drawing that hooded figure, drawing the clothing. I started very loose, and I just gradually tightened it up. That one actually flowed out fairly easily.
Do you draw shadows on a separate layer?
Yes. I'm drawing shadows on a separate layer right now. I'm creating a little bit of texture. This is all shadow, shadow, shadow.
Were your teachers in school supportive on your art?
Oh, yeah. Not my English teacher, but I don't blame him because I slept through English. I did pretty good. I was in advanced placement in English, and so I was taking college credit English, but I was at a time in my life where I just didn't care anymore, basically, and so I slept through it. It was a bad time to have English class. It was right after lunch. So I'd eat lunch and then go to English class and sleep through it. And I just told him, I said, hey, I don't need it. I'm going to be an artist. Little smart-ass kid I was.
I'm going to be an artist.
And he said, you know what? Odds are you're not. So you might want to pay attention to what we have to teach. And he was right. I mean, the odds are I wasn't going to be an artist, but I got lucky, worked at it. So I recommend it to any students out there. If you think you're going to be an artist and you're just going to waste away or throw away, you know, your English class or math, don't. First of all, you use it more than you realize in your art. And smarter you are, boy, the more you got to offer. Doggone it. So don't throw it away. Don't, like I did. I wish I could go back to my English class and do it again. I ended up going to summer school.
Have you drawn more stylized before without lines?
Yeah, but it's easier for me with lines.
I loved the holiday Baby Yoda last year.
Oh yeah, that was fun. I forgot about that. Was that last year?
That was last year.
Man, it feels like 3
Because
years ago.
it was Baby Yoda holding an ornament, I think.
Yeah, Baby Yo-Yo.
Baby Yoda. Cute.
We're 2 hours in. We'll probably go another half hour. I'm not going to be able to finish this all in time. But you get a sense of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we're about 2 hours in, 3:05.
Yep.
Yeah, we got the question. Which brush are you using?
It's my sketching brush, Pastel 7. From my original custom brush set. So I'm really just laying in my initial light and dark patterns. And then I go in. I can use it to hit some reflected light as well, like I'm going to do here. And I put a layer on top and I start putting in all of the finishing details. And that's where the time-consuming part is.
Uncle Travis says, I'm still here, by the way, just storyboarding and listening on your conversations.
Hello, Travis.
Hello, Uncle. He says, the bear looks like he says, did you do your homework? Like the English teacher. Mr. Potter. Whenever I draw in my lineless styles, I just draw with lines at first, then hide or delete the lines eventually.
Yeah, I paint over them.
But I always fix parts that look odd. Have you ever tried that?
Yeah, of course. I don't leave anything that looks odd. You don't leave it. Of course you fix it.
That actually sounds like a fun challenge for you. Because you're so used to doing that sort of thing.
What's that?
I think the challenge should be continuing with the drawing no matter what accident you make. So like, you know how you're constantly like, oh, let's do this or let's do that. Instead of removing those lines that you made previously, you keep them in there.
Yeah.
And you try to make it work.
Yeah, that's called putting a layer on top and just work over it. That's how I do it.
But they still have to be presentable.
Yeah, truth. So here I'm going to put a layer on top. Now let's start working this baby, shall we?
Aaron, who is your favorite comic book character?
My favorite comic book character. You know, I don't really have a favorite. I've never been much of a comic book guy. I never really read them. So I don't really have a favorite comic book character. I know that's weird, but
Probably the most I read of was, which in itself wasn't really a whole lot, was Spider-Man.
yeah.
Though, when it comes to MCU, probably my favorite character in the MCU is Captain America.
You're an MCU.
You're an MCU.
You're an MCU.
Your face is MCU.
I know, right?
Right. Happy mistakes. So he said, and someone else said, happy accidents, no mistakes.
That's right. So what I'm doing now is I'm basically grabbing the local color of whatever it is I'm working on, and I'll make it either darker or lighter depending on what I'm trying to do with the definition. And just go in and define it a little bit more. Like along these edges, I'm going to give him a little reflected light, like a little orange reflected light. Watch this. I'm going to put a layer on top of that. And this is where it really kind of starts to pop a little bit. I always love doing this part. It gives it a really cool feel. The spectacles I'm going to do on a different layer. I can hear myself breathing. See, this gives it a nice dramatic kind of feel. This is like reflected light or a completely separate secondary light source. Yeah, that feels good.
It feels great, nice.
And then as you go away from it, around the full, whoops, doggone it! I just grabbed the weird brush again. I don't know how I did that. Okay, there we go. I pressed the button on my pen.
Nice.
YouTube question: how did you start sketching? Oh, YouTube question: do you actually know what multiply does, Aaron? Because I've never known. Yes, multiply takes the color that you're putting down and it multiplies it literally with the colors underneath. So it's always a darker image. But what's cool about it is it keeps the whatever you have underneath. So it's great for creating shadows. That's what I like about it.
You have any dream cars, dream guitars, dream cameras?
No, not really.
I personally have a dream camera lens.
Yes, you do.
The 600 f4. Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
you just drooled.
A little.
So I'm following the form here and thinking about where that light is coming from, and where it hits on the form. So we create this nice kind of dramatic, it gives it a nice crisp feel. And one of the things I love about doing this, it helps with the form a little bit too. This will be a little softer right here. Same here.
What's cool about the 600 f4 in your opinion, Dustin? The fact that it's a 600 millimeter that shoots at f4, which is a lot of light that it can bring in, and thus a really nice shallow depth of field in such a long range camera lens. It's what a lot of professional wildlife photographers use for like that really sharp and dreamy scape kind of feel in their
You're
photography.
sharp and dreamy.
Your face is sharp and dreamy. That's weird for me to say. Shutting up. No, but it's a great lens. It's just very expensive. It's more expensive than my car. You're saying you didn't read a lot of comics through your life? Not even Calvin and Hobbes comic strips?
Calvin and Hobbes came out when I was an adult. I did read Calvin and Hobbes, though. I mean, read some of that as put a little bit of reflected light on there, maybe just a touch.
Aaron, Dustin, Nick, what did you ask for Christmas?
You know what, I'm the worst to shop for, because there's nothing really that I want, because I get what I want throughout the year.
For me, I usually just ask for Christmas money so I can buy my own things, or I just
well, yeah, pretty soon you're going to get to the age where you just don't get anything.
Yeah, that's why I'm enjoying it while I can.
You'll find that your kids, well, if you have kids, they just won't get you anything.
I don't really ever see myself having kids. But not going down that hole. How would he turn the pages with those huge claws?
Very carefully.
Very gently. Yes, that is the lens I was talking about. The really expensive one. Though it's not really that much. It's slight less, but you're off by like 1,000. Really like the setup you got going to do these live streams. Thank you for sharing with us.
Sure. Have anything hanging down? Those glasses, I don't know. I think it should have a string hanging off of it. What do you think?
From where? I'm sorry.
For the glasses?
Ah.
Nah. There. I think just like that would be fine. It's less distracting that way.
What if you add the support onto the ears, kind of like how I have my glasses? Kind of like this?
Yeah, I just don't know if I'll try it.
try to make them like very uniquely designed for a bear to wear.
Well, that's the thing.
How's Achilles doing?
He's great. He's great.
How do you stream on multiple platforms at the same time? Does that kill your computer, or do you have a multiple computer setup?
I've got a very strong computer.
Yeah, we're streaming off of a Mac Pro, but what we're doing is we're streaming onto a particular streaming service called Restream, in which the stream goes to that particular site, and that site spreads out the stream to other platforms from there, and that's how we're able to stream on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, all of the sites all at the same time. Is through one particular site, Restream.
What do you think? I don't know. It's too distracting.
Yeah. I just always find it weird on how the glasses are able to stay up like that.
We'll just suspend our belief there for a little bit.
No, but I mean, there are really glasses that are held like that, but it always baffled me on how that worked.
I know.
Because anytime I try doing that, the glasses just go flop, just fall right off.
That's a little bit bright.
You're very welcome, Jenny, for the reply. Because Jenny was the one that was asking the multiple platforms thing.
Oh.
And Travis says, do it as a chain instead.
Yeah, I could do a chain like that, I guess. You know what? Let me see here. What's this?
Watch this.
All right, here we go.
And for any latecomers that are wondering when the next live stream will be, it'll be next week, Wednesday, not Friday, but Wednesday.
Doing it early.
Doing it early because Friday is Christmas time.
Watch this.
Blue Christmas without you. I'll be so blue, just thinking about you.
Watch. We're gonna make this define brush preset. Okay. Now
Have a blue.
Let's go over here. Watch this.
Blue Christmas.
We're gonna come right here. We're gonna space it out.
Space it out.
We gotta turn it. Now we're gonna go to shape dynamics.
They're called the Prince
direction.
Nez when they stay on your nose. I think they are French. Citation needed. But
Like we just made a chain.
Oh.
I just made a chain, baby.
They pinch across the nose. That's how they work. Oh yeah, Morpheus has sunglasses that work like that.
Yep.
In Matrix.
Yep. That's yep.
I always thought those are some cool shades. I was like, dude, where do I get those?
There. Now watch this. I come back here. Oh, I gotta save that. Save. Now let's go back here.
Watch this. I love the new catchphrase.
Hey, hold my beer. Watch this.
Hey, well, hold on, better watch this stuff. Wednesday 23rd, same time for the live stream. Yeah, 1 p.m. right? Same time.
Yeah.
I mean, no, we're going to start at 6 in the morning for all the early birds out there.
A little darker.
I wonder how long we would last if we tried doing a 24-hour long stream.
Let's do this. Go a little bit brighter. You see that, Dustin? Watch.
Yes.
Meow. Got a chain. Now I just got to erase it here. So it goes in behind his coat. You know, paint in. I'll draw in a little fur.
A little fur.
Little fur.
Yeah, they're cracking that joke about the starting at 6 in the morning. Maybe start thinking, how long would we last? Do you think if we tried doing a 24-hour stream challenge?
I don't know. I wouldn't last 24 hours. I'll tell you that.
Probably 6.
Yeah.
Or maybe 12.
Okay, so now I'm going to come over here, and we're going to get really small. Just get little highlights on here.
24 hours? That's a lot of coffee. Don't do this, guys. No, we're not going to do it 24 hours. I think that'll put Dad in an early grave. Don't want that to happen. It's a nice, getting a nice little sheen of light.
See, but you can make a little brush. Just by making a brush, and now all of a sudden we got a nice little chain there. Now what's missing? Well, I'll tell you what's missing, Bob. This. Set this to multiply. Let's grab our little chain again. Whoops. Right here.
Now, those two little things already made that chain look realistic from a distance. Chain brush, and just adding a little glint of light at one end, and done.
Look at shadow.
Oh.
See there?
Oh, you cheeky.
Now what all you do here is you go filter. Well, first I gotta draw it. Hold on. I gotta do.
You cheeky monkey.
Oh, cheeky monkey.
You funky monkey.
I actually should have come up here. Let me redo that. The light's coming this way.
Oliver says, Aaron just blew my mind with the chain brush.
Over here.
Actually, I think I did try making a chain brush
there we go.
some time ago. Can't remember what happened
Somewhere
to
like
it.
that. Yeah, like that. And then I'm going to come back up here. And we're going to go back to this brush. And we're going to hit that there. And we're going to go, ooh, yeah.
I spent so much money in brushes and I see this and I'm like, it's so good. Aaron makes everything look so easy.
It's not.
It's really
no, it is.
not.
It is. You just gotta. It's not hard. There, we got our little shadow there. Now all we got to do is come in here,
blur it,
and blur it. I'm going to grab this brush. Whoops. I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to go to my arrow, my soft brush.
Here.
Here. I'm just going to blur that right out with my airbrush setting. See there? Just blur it right out, and then as it gets closer, it gets sharper.
It's getting closer.
Look at that. We got a shadow. Shadows. Nothing more than shadows. Trying
It's
to
a
forget
little
my
shadow.
shadows of love.
Every time I make that tone, it reminds me of the Love Boat.
All right, let's come down here. We're gonna go. Now we're gonna use this to get into some really nice, deep, rich darks. Because I want to get that in the eye. And some nice, rich dark in here. Maybe
Right
here.
in
Whoops.
the eye.
Let's put that on top. There we go. Soon we'll be making another run. The Love Boat. There we go. All right. People are asking about the chain brush, selling the chain brush. I'm not going to sell you the chain brush. You can have the chain brush. Just come to our website and you can have it. That chain brush is so easy to make. Come on. You can make it yourself. There it is. There's that level. But we'll give you the chain brush. You know why? Because I love you. I put some beauty back in the world.
Because I love you. We're doing this thing.
Because you support me and Nick and Dustin. Nick and I should say. And Dustin.
We're doing this thing because
Vedanta.
you support us and we love you for it.
So how do we do that, Nick? How do we give them the brush for free?
For free.
For free.
For free.
You know, if you go and if you get my course on digital painting, it shows you how to make brushes right there. Super simple. Yeah, super simple, see?
That'll be for those that already have subscription.
Oh, you can get it on the cart, man.
Well, that too.
So what I'm doing now is I'm going through and just hitting some brighter areas.
As this is the first, is this the?
Oh, there you go. How about this? You join our newsletter, and we will send it to you on Christmas Day, along with some other goodies. That's a good compromise. That's good. So join our newsletter. All you have to do is just deal with an email from us once in a while. Join our newsletter, and on Christmas Day, you'll get the chain brush plus some other goodies.
Sounds like some good stockings gifts.
Yes. Actually, I want to reiterate that too, because a lot of our stuff you can delay until, I think we have it set up that way. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nick, that you can delay it until Christmas. You can do it as a Christmas gift. So our stuff makes a great Christmas gift for that young artist in your house, or old for that matter.
People liking your chain brush, would that be considered a chain reaction?
Oh my goodness!
Oh, very nice one there, Leandro Robles. Is this possibly the start of one more thing?
We're getting close.
Almost there.
Actually, how long have we been at this? Two and a half?
We are currently at 3:30, so about 2.5 hours.
Because I'm feeling like it's getting close anyway. I mean, I've got some touch-up stuff to do here and there, but we're getting kind of close. You can see it coming together. Come together
Right now, over me. Oh.
You mix Aerosmith and and the Beatles together.
The Beatles.
I mean, Elvis. Well, it's the Beatles because
come together right now over me.
Aerosmith redid it. Elvis.
And Elvis.
Sorry, when I'm drawing and talking, sometimes my mind goes and I just can't say the right things.
Just gotta go with the grain.
The grain.
With the
grain.
With the grain. I'm pretty sure everyone would understand that. If you ever see the movie Surf's Up, with the scene where Z is making the board to show Cody on how it's done, that's Dad at times.
It is.
And I'm telling you, when you watch that scene, it's going to get stuck in your head from then on.
Oh, I came up with a new idea for a new feature, by the way.
Oh?
Speaking of that, I'll have to tell you about it later.
It looks like there's a missing highlight on the chain right about the level of his mouth.
A missing highlight?
Missing highlight on the chain.
How about now? We're not that detailed, folks.
Hey, you missed the spot. It's a little dot. I don't care. You missed it.
Should the shadow under the nose be as dark as other shadows on the face?
The shadow under the nose be as dark as other shadows on the face. I mean, whereas the local color on the nose is pretty dark to begin with. So when you put a shadow on it, it's going to be
just going to be black.
It's going to be pretty dark, yeah.
Pretty darn dark.
But the highlight on the nose is going to be like that.
In Pete's Dragon, they paint the horizontal sliding with vertical strokes, and it always drives me crazy. The horizontal sliding?
I'm not following.
I have not watched I haven't watched the classic Pete's Dragon in many years. That's probably the one I haven't watched the longest. And the newest one I have not seen yet. And I don't really have intentions of watching it. Because I like the classic so much. Siding. Oh, siding on the lighthouse.
Yeah. Bears have dark lips, so he needed some dark lips.
Why did I pronounce it sliding? I thought I saw an L in there for some reason. My mind's...
Well, you didn't, pal.
My mind's tripping.
Yes, all of our courses... Nick is confirming. Sorry, I've been drawing. I haven't been looking up. All of our courses and brushes can be delivered as gifts and scheduled. So if you want to get a gift for somebody, you want to schedule it for a delivery... For Christmas, you can do that with all of our courses.
Daniel Hall says, I was late to the stream. How do you do the pattern on the waistcoat? Is that a custom brush too?
Yep, I made that brush.
Yeah, we just made that earlier.
Yep, just made it earlier.
It's pretty darn cool. I do say so myself.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Make it feel like a building. Get a little hotter right there, maybe a little hotter there. There we go. So you can see as I work over the top of the drawing just kind of slowly disappears. That's the goal.
That's the plan.
Stan.
Stan.
Here, I'm just going to draw right over the line. So basically it just goes away. I'm going to give this a little warmer feel. Picking up some of that light from behind him off the floor. The fleur.
The fleur.
Le fleur.
Le fleur.
Hey, Le fleur.
Le fleur.
What movie is that?
Le fleur?
Come on, Le fleur.
Le fleur. God, why is that?
Dodgeball.
Was it dodgeball?
Yeah.
The 5 D's of dodgeball. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. I think I like the 5Ds more when the older version of him says it. The 5 D's of dodgeball. Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
You got Rip Torn's voice down perfect. YouTube comment, my husband just got me the Animal Premium membership for Christmas. Thank you, Aaron, for all the content. You are welcome.
Elvis Christmas album is my go-to while I'm cooking my Christmas meal, says Erica Bay.
All right, Erica. Good taste.
Yeah, I remember Elvis's Christmas albums was one of the Christmas albums I would listen to every year when December hits.
Oh, you know what I haven't done? And we got the
Armstrong.
chain to do it.
Huh?
I haven't done the gold chain yet for the watch.
Oh. Oh no.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Hey, man. It's not funny.
It's not funny.
All right, here we go.
He says, I just love his this look of the bear. Makes me want to do my homework. He is looking at me.
See, I'm going to end up with a lot of layers now. Is that it right there? Yep, there we go. So you can see, I'm going to get rid of some of these lines in here so I know where I need to hit it a little bit more.
Are there any major differences between drawing grizzlies and brown bears, or are they...
Grizzlies and brown
similar?
bears are the same. They're the same species.
Oh, they are the same?
Yes.
So why call one grizzly and one brown?
It's because it's regional. Like a brown bear usually is being referred to. Why is that multiply? Oh.
Because grizzlies are like in Alaska, right?
Where was I? There we go. No, grizzlies are usually interior. Brown bears are usually coastal. When you're talking about brown bears.
Okay.
That's just how. But they really are the same species. They're subspecies of one another. The coastal bears get really big because they get a lot more protein in their diet with the salmon.
Are the bears in Alaska, are those considered brown, or I know you just said coastal, but
Well, if they're on the coast, they're brown bears. If they're in the interior, they're grizzlies.
So like the ones that are,
but they're all grizzlies.
Yeah, so the ones that are in the riverbeds and everything, you would call those the
right.
grizzlies.
On the riverbeds? No, I just said brown bears.
Huh?
They're coastal.
And when I hear coastal, I'm thinking ocean.
Well, yeah, but they're also in the rivers, like in the salmon runs and things like that. Those are
brown or grizzly.
Those are brown bears.
I always thought those were grizzlies.
Grizzlies are interior.
Interior. So like the bears in Wyoming, like in Yellowstone. Does Yellowstone have any brown or grizzlies over there?
Yes,
or is
they
it
have
just
grizzlies.
They have grizzlies. So those are grizzlies. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I think I'm starting to get it now. What was Kenai in Brother Bear?
He's a brown bear. He's a coastal brown bear. There we go.
Have you seen bears that are cross between polars and grizzlies? I saw a documentary on it.
I mean, I've seen them on. I've never seen them in real life, no, but I've seen them on documentaries as well. It's pretty crazy. You know, the polar bears and grizzlies only split off from each other less than 1 million years ago. So they're very close genetically, even though they look very different from one another.
But do you ever like cringe when you're seeing like a video of like in Alaska and they're referring to the bears in Alaska as grizzlies?
No, because they are interchangeable. I mean, you can call them grizzlies. They're all the same species. All the bears of Kamchatka.
So it doesn't entirely matter whether you call them grizzlies or brown, but it's only if you want to be.
But you can call them
specific.
all grizzlies, but usually like the interior bears in like Yellowstone and all that, you don't call them brown bears. You call them grizzlies.
Gotcha.
But the coastal bears, you can call them grizzlies. So it's kind of weird.
It sounds.
It's confusing.
I'm just going to call all the brown bears grizzlies just from here on.
There's a little chain right there. Made a little gold chain.
Gold chain. Erica's saying, I am loving the vest pattern even more now that I see it zoomed in.
Yeah, it's really easy to make, too. You just make a brush for that. Very simple.
Very straightforward.
I'm going to just go in here a little darker. There. So the annual, oh, that's right. The annual membership to my site is 30% off. So you can get everything for one price, plus everything we release over the next year on Creature Art Teacher. So if you become a member on my site, as a member, you get everything on the site. So right now, the membership fee is 30% off. And you can go and once you become a member, you get access to everything on the site, plus anything released during that year. And this year, this is a new record for us. We've created 10 new courses this year. Our goal was to hit 8. That was, Nick set that goal for us in the beginning of the year. And we said, you know, we'd be really happy if we can get 8 new courses out this year. Well, because of COVID, we didn't do any traveling this year, and it enabled us to get a little bit more done.
How many hours do you draw a day?
All of them.
Nice.
A fair amount. Oh, you hear my voice is going?
That just tells you how long we've been at it.
There we go. If I go down to number 3, we can get rid of all this superfluous garbage. There we go.
I love this bear. I would
You
bring
love
him tea
You
and
love
hope
despair?
I love this bear.
I love despair.
I would bring him tea and hope he would read to me. Aaron hit puberty again. No, he didn't go back into puberty. What makes you say that?
There we go. I think his collar should be a little darker.
Just a tad.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
What do you think? Doesn't that look better, don't you think?
Yeah.
Well, we should probably wrap it up because it's we've been at this for a long time.
No.
But we started out with nothing. I mean, it was kind of fun designing this guy and creating him right there on the spot for you guys.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I don't know how much bear he looks like, but berry-ishness.
Barry.
He's got a little bit of bear in there.
Yeah. All he needs now is a little hair. Okay, I'll just shut up now.
Oh, bear in the hair?
Yeah.
Oh, got it.
Now that bear needs a little hair.
A little hair?
A little hair.
There we go. Oh, oh, oh. All right. That's all right. I guess it's all right.
I suppose.
Come on, hit there. Just hitting little accents. You know, I'm in the one more thing stage.
Mm-hmm.
Hitting little accents here and there to push that look a little bit. I think it's a drinks around the fire kind of night tonight. What are you doing tonight, Dustin? You want to join?
I think I'll be doing some other stuff tonight, playing some games, and even maybe enjoying my new printer.
What are you going to do tonight? I'm going to stay home and enjoy my new printer.
My new printer. I'm going to watch it print stuff.
Come on, boy. I say, boy.
I said, boy. I said, boy. The title on that book and the image could be The Art of Aaron Blaze.
Oh, my brother Travis has started a Discord channel full of art challenges and feedback opportunities with other artists. So look for it on Discord under Sketch to Animate. Nick is going to be posting the link. Yeah, it's really cool. He's doing some really cool stuff. Thanks for the reminder, Nick. Yeah, it does need a title. I'm not sure what to title it yet, but I'll do that later. All right. Here's our character. So far. That feels kind of velvety, right? His jacket. You think? Yeah. I'll clean that up.
Dustin, bring the printer to have drinks around the fire. Problem solved.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't know what else to do right now. You know what's kind of fun is I love putting the grunge texture on it.
Uh-huh.
Let's find a grunge texture.
Grunge.
Let's pick one out here. I want it to feel like an old photo, an old stain. I like this one. I used this one the other day. That's too much. That's too much. I could always put it on and then kind of get rid of the, clear it out on the. What do you think of that one? Feels like an old photo, right? Oh, that one's good too.
I like those extra smudges on the edges.
Yeah, I'm going to use that one. So we take that and we go drag it over. We're going to set it to set it to multiply. Hold the shift button down and you can, and I actually go beyond it just in case I crop things. So it just makes it feel kind of old and dingy, and then you go in the areas that you don't want to be old and dingy and you just erase it away lightly. Yeah, like so.
Like so. Hello.
Mario.
It's me, Mario.
You know, let's try do. I gotta do my one more
There's
thing.
it is. There it is. One more thing.
Let's try. I want to try something. If I do overlay, I'm not sure this is gonna work.
Yes, the jacket looks so soft I could touch it.
Trying to get like a glow coming up from the floor, from the light. You see that? And then if we do a slight glow in the background, from the top. Nope, I just ruined it. Let's try it from this way. Nope. Having that dark back there is just right. I can always knock the percentage back. That's not too bad. Whoops. I don't know. Probably better the way it is. Oh, you know what we could do? We could go do this, set it to multiply. We'll actually make it darker back there. That works pretty good. So we're the furthest away from the light up there, so we make it nice and dark. It pops him even better. What do you think, Dustin?
Yeah.
Dustmaster Flash.
Dustmaster Flash?
Do you remember we used to call you that? You don't remember that?
No.
Yeah, we called you Dustmaster Flash till you were like 3 years old, 4 years old.
I just remember Dusty.
Yeah, we called you the Dustmaster Flash. Your mother called you that all the time.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm happy with it. So, pre-order David Coleman's Animal Character Design course for 50% off because it's coming out later today. But we'll probably keep that sale going through the weekend. And let me bring that all the way up. And there we go. So there's our character we did today. That's fun.
Yeesh.
Let me blow this up a little bit so you can so you can really see it up close. And we're gonna make that chain available to anyone that comes in and signs up for our newsletter. So there's the glasses chain, there's the watch chain. Yeah, you can make, anytime you end up with a little repetitive pattern like that, you can do stuff like that with the chain. Oh, you know what? Gotta do one more thing.
One more thing.
Sorry.
One more thing.
One more thing. Oops, hold on. Let me do this. And here, and we're going to put it all in a folder. Then we're going to copy that folder. And we're going to merge that group. And then what I want to do is I'm going to grab my smudge tool and I'm going to go to my foliage brushes. I've got that one weed brush that I like. It works really cool for softening hairy edges. If I blow it up, you can see it's really good for softening some of these edges. I like it. There, see? It just has a better feel. You know what I'm saying?
I knows what you're saying.
Soft. There. See that? I like that feel. Gives it a nice feel, even for the, maybe a little bit for the edge of the soft velvet jacket.
Mm-hmm.
We'll lose those edges. Just a touch. Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
The bear's looking at Aaron thinking, you said one more thing. When will you stop?
Right now. Yeah, I softened them up.
Are you sure that's it?
Yeah, I don't think I need to push the saturation at all. I think we got it.
Full screen that, Dan?
Yeah. So as you can see, As you can see by my resume.
As you can see from my resume.
So I softened up these edges, and it gives it a nice feel. If you're watching this on a phone, there you go. You can see it just gives it a nice kind of sketchy. Wow, you got the COVID?
Nope.
So, and I like him. I like his gray hair on the edges there.
Oh, don't forget your signature.
Oh yeah. One more thing.
One more thing.
Grab that color there.
One more thing.
That's the wrong color. There we go, Naida. There we go.
That's better.
Yeah, you just don't want it to stand out too much. There we go. So there it is. There is our bear. And also remember, my How to Paint Light course is 50% off today. That's for our 12 days of Christmas. Join our newsletter, and you're going to get that brush for free. Actually, you're going to get the little pattern brush I just made for his waistcoat. This one right here, and you'll get our chain brush for free.
Full free.
Full free. And also
free.
make sure you pre-order David Coleman's Animal Characters design course for 50% off. That's out later today. So this was fun. I really enjoyed this. I wasn't sure how long it was going to take. These usually take me about 3 or 4 hours, so I was a little nervous about the length of the stream, but I thought it would be fun. And we hit 3 hours, didn't we? It's 4 o'clock.
Yeah,
we did a long one today.
A long one.
So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really did. And remember, our next live stream is not going to be Friday, because Friday is Christmas. We are exactly 1 week out from Christmas. So come and join us. There we go. Let's do this. Come and join us on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday. So we're going to do it 2 days early. And we're going to be joined by David Coleman. And there we go. We're going to be joined by David Coleman. And he and I are going to draw together. It's going to be fun. And we're going to be working with Magma Studio, which is Bobby Chu's software. And we're going to I don't know what we're going to draw yet. So we'll figure something out. I think we were talking about drawing something. What we were saying, we're going to draw. Someone wanted me to draw something. I can't remember. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But anyway, I hope you gues have a great week or next couple days, next few days, because we're going to see you in 5 days. So go out. I hope you learned something today.
Is it Santa Claus or an elf?
Oh, yeah, Santa Claus or elf. So we're going to be doing some Christmas-themed stuff. But I hope you have a great, great weekend. And go out and put some beauty back into the world. Take some of what you learned today and apply it to your art and have some fun. And I will see you on Wednesday. So have a great, happy, safe weekend. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Glad you guys enjoyed this stream. And if you guys are interested in any wildlife photography, you can check out my Instagram at Dustin_Blaze. I've been going back into posting new photos out there. And also on CreatureArtTeacher.com, you can find my photo reference bundles on there that are full of beautiful Florida wildlife. And do we know if that bundle is on sale at all, or is it just normal price?
Right, I don't know. It was on sale before. I'm not sure if it's on sale right now, but it will be on sale as part of one of the 12 days of Christmas.
Alrighty, well you heard it there. So have a good weekend. Stay safe out there. See you guys next Wednesday. And as always, Cowboy Bebop. See ya.